Hello everyone. In this session, we'll be discussing about the last form of business organization, which is cooperative organization. So, cooperative organization is a different form of business enterprise where the main motive is mutual help with the principle of each for all for each, which means it is an organization where the motive is not earning profit but to work for the welfare of the members. So we can say cooperative organization is a voluntary association of persons who join together for mutual help. In cooperative organization, a minimum of 10 persons are required to form cooperative society. And this organization is registered under Cooperative Societies Act 1912. Also, the capital in this organization is contributed by the members in the form of share capital. Cooperative organization can also raise loan from the banks. We will now discuss some features of cooperative society. So the first feature is voluntary membership. Voluntary membership means any person can join the cooperative society if he or she has a common interest, or the members can leave the society whenever they desire by giving a notice. For example, any farmer can join the agricultural society or any consumer can join the consumer society. So there is no restriction on the entry or exit of members. They can join or leave the cooperative organization on their own will and wish. Next is separate legal entity. So it is compulsory for the cooperative organization to get itself registered under the Cooperative Societies Act 1912. So separate legal entity means where the cooperative society is considered separate from its member. So after registration, the cooperative organization gets a separate legal entity, which means it can buy and sell property in its own name, or it can come into contract with anyone in its own name. Next is service motive. So the main objective of cooperative society is to provide service to its members and not to earn profit, which means earning profit is the secondary motive. So the main motive of cooperative society is to work for the welfare of the members, which means to provide service to its member, and earning profit is the secondary motive. Next is equal voting rights. The cooperative societies work with the democratic principle of one man, one vote, which means all the members get only one voting right irrespective of capital contributed by them. For example, a person who has 1000 shares and a person who has 10 shares will get one voting right. Now, the last feature of cooperative society is limited liability. So, limited liability means where the liability of the members of cooperative society is limited to the extent of the amount contributed by them as a capital, which means at the time of losses, the creditors cannot have claim over the personal property of the members because of their limited liability. Now we will discuss some advantages or merits of cooperative society. So the first advantage is easy to form. As we know, the formation of cooperative society is very simple and very easy to form because only 10 members who are having common interest, they are required to form this organization. So the registration process for cooperative society becomes easy and it does not involve any legal formalities. Next is limited liability. As we have discussed earlier, that the liability of the members of cooperative society is limited to the extent of their capital contribution, which means at the time of losses, the creditors cannot claim over the personal property of members because of their limited liability. Third is continuity. The cooperative society has a separate legal entity, so the death, insolvency and incapacity of any partner does not affect the existence of society, which means the cooperative organization has a stable and continuous life because of continuity. Next is democratic setup. The cooperative society works with a democratic system. They are based on the principle of one man, one vote. We have discussed it earlier. So all the members have equal rights and they get equal chance to participate in the management irrespective of their capital contribution. Last advantage is economical functioning. As we know, most of the activities are performed by the members of the cooperative society. So, while purchasing goods or raw materials, middlemen are eliminated. So, they get the raw materials and goods at low cost. Cooperative organizations do not maintain large stock also. Due to cash trading, there are no bad debts and there is savings in advertising and selling expenses. Now we will discuss some demerits or disadvantages of cooperative society. So the first disadvantage is limited capital. As we know, the cooperative society is formed by the minimum people. Minimum 10 peoples are required to form cooperative organization. So these people have limited resources and it is not compulsory for the members to contribute the minimum amount of capital to become a member. So the principle of one man, one vote also discourages the people to invest more, and the cooperative organization always face a shortage of capital due to low rate of return. Next is inefficient management. As we know, cooperative organization is managed by its members only. Generally, all the activities are performed by the members and these members are not professional experts, they are inexperienced person. So the cooperative organization cannot afford to pay high salary to the professional and qualified people. This is the reason there is inefficiency in management. Next is conflict among the members. See, as we know, the members who are working in the society or organization are from different sections. So they may have difference in opinion, and if any members follow rigid attitude, it can lead to the conflict and disputes. Next is excessive government control. As cooperative society gets various concessions and benefits from the government, so in return there is excessive government regulation and control by the government. Like, it is essential for a cooperative society to get its account audited by the auditors of the cooperative department and to submit its account with the registrar. So, all these regulations, restrictions, these all factors affect the flexibility and efficiency of cooperative organization. Last disadvantage is lack of secrecy. It is difficult to maintain secrecy about the operations of a cooperative society because, according to the Societies Act, there should be open discussion in the meetings of members as well as disclosure of obligations. So, we have learned about the cooperative society in this session. We'll continue with other topics in the next session. That's all for today. Thank you.